Hello people, this is James at Proinkshop.com. Today I'm gonna review 4 set of HP 952 cartridges. We have refill case with the ink. Signing comes with 500 ml of ink and instructions and the refill tools and pair of gloves in the package. This is what we sell, and it is $35 on our website. Can refill for the black extra large size. You can refill about 3 times, and then extra large size of colors. You can refill about also 3 times. For the regular color, about 6 times. So with the $35, you can save about, you can refill same as like a $400 worth of a cartridge. So that's what we sell. I'll put it on the side. And for myself, I use mass bottle, big bottle ink. Since I refill a lot. So for preparing, what you gotta do is make sure it's all empty. If there's any leftover ink, you may remove it. Do not use it back because you don't know what kind of ink in the actually. If it is genuine ink, it's still need to remove, because I mean the ink tag ink is, I say, you know, it's got good compatibility with the HP genuine ink, but still sometimes it makes a chemical reaction mixing with the HP original and then taking. So I rather remove all the leftover ink in the cartridge. Oh, we also sell the cartridge when it's already refilled with the Inktek pigment ink. I did not use the compatible chips, which is aftermarket chips. So printer won't need the proper ink level, but erase they will need the ink level from the previous owner. But that's the only thing difference. And then it is $30 for 2 sets. Reason why I'm selling it 2 set is you may need another set when you get like the clean message on it. It's still printing even though you get the clean message, but once you press OK after the clean message, it will print you know, some pages, but sooner or later it will show you like CIS cartridge installed and kill the chip. The HP try to like preventing the people using the ink system for the printer, so they program the chip on that way. So logically you have to have a 2 set to avoid that message. How it works is hold on, let me finish this and explain to you. sorry, shit. Okay. Here's 2 sets of cartridge. Let's say you put this cartridge, the first set, you put it in the printer, and then when you after you installed, the printer will show you the message like some of they will show like use counterfeit or used cartridge installed, blah blah blah, and then it will show the ink level, or might show like low ink or deplete cartridge, whatever. In the beginning, when you install it, if you show deplete cartridge and press OK to resume printing it, that is okay, and it's gonna print out until all the ink ran out. But while you're using it after first set installed and the middle of the printing, if let's say the magenta color showed cartridge depleted, and then there's an option to press OK to resume printing. But do not press OK, just take them out and put the second card, even though there's still ink left, put the second cartridge in. So you can save this cartridge for later. And then you, after you use all this, or either like deplete message, put this one back in, and then still got ink in it, so you can keep on using until all the ink ran out. So I put it in, and then using it, and then black ran out. It showed the deplete cartridge, and then you think there's still ink in it, but don't hesitate. Just take them out, put the second cartridge, and while you're using it, deplete it, take out, and then put it back in. The old one, if there's still ink in it, you can check it. If you hear the water sound, there's still ink in it. So put it in, and then use it until all the ink ran out. That's how it is. And then after that, after all the ink ran out, you can still use this cartridge. You can refill it again and then use it. But you're printing it, and then middle of the printing, you show the deplete message on it. But shit, what the heck, and then you show that okay to print, resume printing. You're lazy and you don't want to change it. It's press OK, then you're printing it. And then like a few pages later, you show CRSS cartridge installed. Must change the cartridge. Then this cartridge, you gotta trash it. Even a lot of ink left, you gotta trash it. So you have to remember the logic if you wanna use the refill cartridge. If you just memorize that logic, then it's simple to using the refill cartridge. It's better than purchasing a aftermarket cartridge or non-genuine cartridge that make with like a plastic, cheap plastic. I'll show you the sample. Like this kind of generic brand. These are not made. This is a limited. They say it's a remanufactured, but it's not remanufactured. This is a fake cartridge, which is not. They did not use the HPMT cartridge, so it's got different air pressure valve in there. So usually this print, and also they use the cheap ink. Some of the most company they use cheap ink, so it clogs. But still, there's a good, remanufactured or like a refill cartridge in the market. You must find the brand. But I really don't recommend. See this one. They use genuine cartridge, empty cartridge for remanufacturing. These are okay. It's not gonna damage you on your printhead. But sometimes it does, because when they did not remove the air properly. But most of non-HP cartridges gives you damage sometimes on the printer. It must be over there. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna start refilling it. So after you remove all the ink, start refilling the blacks. Blacks you can refill about 80 milliliters. Maximum is like around 85 to 90 milliliters. But I usually put like a 60 milliliters, 70 actually on the top. I'm kind of like use a big syringe because it's very easy, simple. What you gotta do is just put the ink in the syringe. In the package, it's got smaller size, so you have to refill a few times. Finish refilling. This for the black extra size cartridge or regular size. There's a blade hole, air hole, and the ink hole. Must cover. Actually, I put the tape on it because I feel last time kind of used on use. I'm better to use on my finger. So cover up both hole and put the syringe, the ink hole. Just push it down a little slowly. When you feel pressure, a lot of pressure, release the syringe. It's gonna suck up the air from the cartridge back to the syringe. And push down the ink, release it. Give the ink, release it. Once all the ink goes in, pull the syringe up a little bit. Make sure sucking up the air in the cartridge, because sometimes if you give it too much pressure and the air in the cartridge, it's gonna spring out the ink on your face. So pull it up a little bit and then pull it out. Pull out and release it. That's it. This one's done. Easy. If you wanna run the refill business, let me know. We also sell the big bottles of ink and then other refill tools. I do have filling machines and suction machines right in for me here. I don't use it for this refilling the cartridge, especially on this 950, I mean 950, 952, 962, or 972, because if you use that machine, it's gonna fill up all the airs inside and having too much pressure in there, and it gives a damage on it. So I need to do this as a manual. just let just decidedly feeling myself. Just giving you some information. Some people used refill the cartridge from the Costco's, and after they refill the cartridge from the Costco, they got the color print out weird, you know, because the Costco using the refilling machines when they refill the cartridges. And it's put on the machine and then give it ink and ink goes in, got a lot of pressure. After then they refilled, and they must remove the air from the cartridge. Actually, they does, but they also have to remove the pressure from the blade bed. But they did not. So when the cartridge goes in, it's spraying out the ink inside the printer chamber, and then spray, like, and it goes on to the next, go over to the next color, usually mixed with a yellow. So your color got contaminated by other colors and printing out like different color than original. That's how it happened. But people think like, oh, my printer has something wrong. Damn, I gotta buy the new printer, and they most people they buy the new printer. But actually, if you take back to the Costco with the printer, they must pay the printer cost because it was their fault make your printer broken, or either they gotta give you the new printhead. But unfortunately, they no longer do refilling the cartridges because they had too much issue on that, so they closed down. Anyway. Oh, just in case, if you're just using the the printer that printing out the wrong colors, it's pretty easy to fix. Take the printhead out and use a paper towel, make it a little wet, and put the printhead on top of the wet paper towel. Let it absorb all the ink, the printhead. I mean, on the paper towel, but don't put too much water on there. And then put it back on the printer. It's not gonna restore 100%, but it's still gonna work better than before. If you do that like a couple times, then it may gonna come back to regular color. The reason why it happened that is inside the printhead there's a printhead chamber, which is a reservoir that contains about 3 to 4 milliliters of ink. Oops. And then even though you place with a new cartridge, still there's a contaminated ink left in the printhead. So even new ink goes in, still mixing with that color and printing out the wrong colors. And some people might say, oh, so I did that and put the cartridge back in, still printing the wrong color. There's another reason. Because some of it, the people think like, oh, it's mixed up, so they put it in and they run the printhead cleaning. When the printer runs printhead cleaning, it's pumping the air into the printhead. The air goes back to the cartridge and then gives a ink to the printer. But sometimes with the air, the ink was coming in. Ink from the printhead is coming into the cartridge, so it mixed up inside. Especially it happens on the yellow mostly. Now, so even you clean your printhead, printing out the same colors unless you change the cartridge, because that yellow cartridge got contaminated already. So that's mostly happening. Anyway, okay, let me finish this. I'm done on the black. Yellow. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. I don't like to take a long video, so I'm gonna pause this video until I finish all this job and then come back. Okay, now I only have a cylinder left. For colors, there's a different, the arrows on the different location. So for the extra large size, it's right here. So you have to cover up the, put a stick on here, or then, cover with the finger, or either I use with the finger usually, with the thumb, like this, and then put the ink in it. For the regular side, the hole is right here. So, like this. Now I'm done. Okay. There's one more thing you gotta do after all this. You still have to remove the pressure from the cartridge. So what you gotta do is just put the syringe back in and pull up a little bit until you get some ink out. Boom. I'm gonna do that. I'm used on doing this. I'm used on doing this, so I use the one syringe. But for consumers, I recommend to use the right color syringe, so you don't get the ink mixed up. If you don't do this, you may gonna have too much pressure in the printhead chamber, and then you may gonna have ink system fail message on it, or the ink mixed up. The final step. if there's any ink leaking. Yep. And this. Nope. Okay. Let's refill the full set of cartridge. Take me about 25 minutes because I was talking a lot. But usually like takes less than 10 minutes. Alright, thanks for watching the videos, people. Like I said, if you want to purchase the refill kit, go to Proinkshop.com, www.proinkshop.com. And still also we also sell it's already refilled up. And there's $30 for 2 sets. There's also on the Proinkshop.com. If you have any question, leave a message, or either you can text me 909-815-6681, or you can send email sales SALES at Proinkshop.com, PROINKSHOP.com. Thank you. Bye bye.